Hi, my name's Adina Rubin, and I'm a professional writer and content strategist, and I have two teenage boys and a really stressful job, and a lot of trouble managing it all sometimes.
What program were you part of and what kind of prompted you to start the program?
So I took part in the Alpine Health Stress Management and Resilience Training Program back in January. It was right in the middle of the COVID pandemic. And I have to say, 2020 was a really hard year for me, being stuck in my house, lots of work, lots of deadlines, lots of isolation, and just left me feeling like I need to make a change. I need to do something to figure out how to not feel so stressed and worried all the time, and how to just manage my life, manage my work, and feel a whole lot happier.
And what was your typical kind of day-to-day life like before the program, and how is it now after completing the program?
So before the program, as a really busy mom who works crazy overtime, just a lot of hours, I never ever had time for myself. I always prioritized work and my kids' needs, and my community, and just everything else that was involved in my life really took precedence over what I needed. And I never gave myself just a moment to stop and think and feel, even just to listen to music. Sometimes I was just always running. And um, after I took this program, it really allowed me to give myself permission to stop and breathe, to stop and allow myself to feel, to think through, what do I want the rest of my day to feel like, instead of just reacting to everything that was getting thrown at me all the time.
And what was one of your favorite parts of the program?
For me, my favorite part was the session where we used poetry as a way to express ourselves and stop and think, and just put together this moment of meditation. So, as a professional writer, I write all day long, but I never really write anything personal. Um, and I also was just sort of terrified of the idea of writing poetry. And even though, I've done it in elementary school, I understand how I can do it, but it always just felt too deeply um, personal, and it just didn't quite connect for me. And so during the during the SMART training, the stress management resilience training program, when we used poetry, and the way the activity was structured around like picking a topic and some keywords, it really unlocked for me this ability to tap into my feelings and get them out in writing with without any judgment. And it honestly just made me so happy. I just kind of felt really free the first time I did it, that I've done it on my own a number of times. It's something I now really, really enjoy.
And before you started the program and while you were signing up, was there anything that you were kind of nervous about before getting started with it? And how did that change, like, as you went through the program and through the process?
So, the thing I was most nervous about before signing up for this program was the idea of these group sessions. I don't really want to sit and share my personal feelings to a group of strangers. That can be really intimidating. And that feeling really went away just right away. And I began to realize that this group of strangers were people just like me, who were struggling with the same things, um, and who all of us were on the same page, looking for ways to reduce the stress in our daily lives and cope better and just feel happier. Um, and I got to know people a little bit, which made it easier. But I really, that anxiety that I had around these strangers, really wasn't even an issue throughout the class.
And is there anything else that you kind of want to add about the program or Alpine Health and how the program or Alpine Health changed your life?
So, one of the most noticeable differences for me, in terms of taking this Alpine Health program and working with the Alpine Health team is that I noticed that I have a lot more patience for my kids. The little things that used to annoy me don't annoy me anymore, at least not in the same way. I just am so much better able to cope with it. I feel like I'm a much better mom for my kids, and I'm able to stop, breathe, relax the things that normally would have gotten me a little bit worked up, and just talk to my kids in a different way, approach situations differently, and help them, be their best and model for them what it looks like to be an adult with a lot of stress but who manages it well. I feel like I'm setting a much better example for them now. But it really has changed our relationship, and I can never thank the doctors at Alpine Health enough for that.